Friday morning. Always happy on a Friday morning. And our job's local. A Powerwall free to install on Gateway. So that's the job. We will arrive hopefully at 8 o'clock. Morning, mate. How you feeling?
Alive more than yesterday.
So yeah, hopefully he has a good day. Nice job. We've got a nice job in York today. This customer's having 18 panels on the rear of the property. You can see it's scaffolding just there. He's having a Powerwall and a gateway as well. I think this is going to be a nice video to show you guys how we get around cable ropes and basically to making the job just look as nice and neat as possible. Ecocute, we try and avoid seeing cables as much as we can, and I think the customers really appreciate that. So what we're doing is, looking at the property right now, he wants the Powerwall. If you can see my finger, he wants the Powerwall to be installed on this wall just here. The gateway is going to be just at the side of the meter cupboard. So what we're planning on, DC run first. We're going to probably try and go behind that drain pipe if possible. It's going to be quite difficult for one reason really, because this customer doesn't have any sockets. There's no other sockets at all. So to get up into that side of the floor space sometimes it becomes difficult. It all depends on how high the ceiling is inside that bedroom. So what we'll do is we'll go upstairs, we'll measure the ceiling height from the top side of that window to the ceiling, and then obviously hopefully we've got some room above that to drill up on an angle into loft space. So that's the plan. DC run, we're going to try and hide it behind this downpipe. So we'll probably take that downpipe off, take the clips off, and we'll do some conduit up the back side of there. And then up the top side of the downpipe, probably can't, just trying to zoom in. You can't sort of follow the downpiping up. So Powerwall's going to be installed on that wall. That's where it puts it. Gateway is going to be inside the meter cupboard, and what we're thinking is, when we take this downpipe off, the cavity is probably going to be behind that downpipe as well. So what I'm going to try and do is drill into cavity somewhere in line with the meter cupboard. We might have to go to the top side and let it drop down. So I'll go straight into cavities. So Powerwall's here. So we're going to go up and straight in, and then we'll come down straight into cavity, and then inside this wall bit, so it'll come inside and then hopefully drop straight down into this gap just here. Go on pal, pull it. A bit more mate, a little bit more. That man. What I've suggested doing, we might end up taking out one of these bricks. The Bobby's in. Reese is just doing DC run, which is going to be hid behind that downpipe as well. And then going to flex straight into the Powerwall. And then what I'm going to do, just to neaten this up, I mean it's easy enough just to bang some spray foam in there. But what I thought is, if we buy one of these, we'll pop that in and then we'll core out an hole into the back of it for the cable entries. The big one will probably go just at the top, I reckon, and then we'll have two holes, the tails which are going back that way. Panels, you can't see much to be honest. He's having 18 panels, so we'll end up doing 2 strings of 9. Quick show you that. Not sure if you can see much of it, but no, you can't see it from here. He's camera shy. So that is the job. You can see the customer's done a really nice job to his property, so I don't blame him wanting to hide cables, etc. So this is the Powerwall. It's just been installed there, and then the DC run. So you can't even see it. Look at that, you can't even see it. You can see it pop out right at the top if I zoom in. You see that? So then zoom in. See it just pop straight into the loft from that point. So we've gone sort of behind guttering straight into the loft, and then dropped it straight back down again. straight into the side. Messing about with the camera, straight into the side. Nice. And then regarding the ACK route, it's there. We've drilled straight into the cavity and then behind back of the gateway. Managed to run it straight through there. So you've got your big 16mm Tesla Connect cable, which goes straight into cavities, sort of through back at meter, and then into the back of the actual gateway. There's some videos I've done, which I'll add to this video, of how we did it. What we did is we took out one of the bricks. We then, if you can see that air brick just there. We then popped a screw fix, got one of them, and then cut a couple of holes into the back of it, and then gone through that, then into the back of the actual gateway, just to give it a bit of a nice finish. And then we got a bit of expanding foam around it to keep it in, and the customer is over the moon with it. So yeah, that's the gateway. The earth rod, we tried going down in that corner there, but the reading wasn't great. So I've had to sort of bring it, dug a bit of a trench underneath the battery, and then it's sort of down. It's down here. I know we shouldn't cover them up, but anyway, it's just there, look. Shouldn't cover them up, should we? But anyway, that is the earth rod. That's the earth rod. So yeah, overall, really nice job.